He was just 14 years old, a child in the eyes of the world, but what he did shocked an entire nation. It wasn't an accident, it wasn't self-defense, it was murder. Cold, calculated, and terrifyingly deliberate. This is the disturbing case of a 14-year-old killer and the chilling truth behind his crime. The boy's name was only whispered in the media, too young to legally name in some countries, but old enough to commit a horrifying crime. He came from what many would call a normal home. No clear history of abuse, no obvious signs of violence. Just a regular teenager, quiet, awkward, and obsessed with the dark side of the internet. He was fascinated with serial killers, crime documentaries, and disturbing online forums where violence was glorified. He didn't just watch, he studied. He memorized the details. Some say he wanted to become famous, not for his talents, but for how much fear he could cause. It happened in broad daylight, in a place where no one expected violence. The victim? A classmate, innocent, trusting. The two had exchanged texts the day before, nothing suspicious. But what no one knew was that the 14-year-old had already planned everything. He lured his friend to a nearby forest trail under the pretense of hanging out. There were no cameras, no witnesses, only silence. And then, he attacked. Brutally. He used a knife he had stolen from his kitchen drawer. Multiple wounds, no hesitation. The autopsy would later reveal that the victim had tried to run, tried to fight, but never stood a chance. After it was over, the killer calmly walked home, washed his clothes, and acted like nothing happened. It didn't take long. Within 24 hours, the police were already suspicious. The victim's phone led them directly to the killer. He didn't even delete the texts. When questioned, he didn't cry. He didn't beg. He confessed. But it wasn't the confession that shook the detectives. It was the way he said it. Emotionless. Like he was talking about a movie he had watched, not a murder he had committed. "I wanted to know what it felt like," he said. Chilling words from a child. The public was horrified. How could someone so young commit such a violent act? Psychologists were brought in. Some called it a case of extreme psychopathy. Others blamed the internet, the dark influence of violent media, online predators, and toxic communities. But the most haunting part? He showed no remorse. None. Even at sentencing, he stared blankly. When asked if he regretted it, he simply shrugged. Due to his age, he couldn't be sentenced like an adult. He was sent to a juvenile facility, but experts fear he's far too dangerous to ever be released. This story isn't just about one boy. It's about the terrifying idea that someone so young, so seemingly normal, could hide such darkness inside. How many others are out there, watching, waiting, learning? This was the story of a 14-year-old killer, a true story that the world will never forget.